Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated...
In the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. On play action, they'll throw. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Charger 16.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now he's flushed out right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. They're going to look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Touchdown! From 8 yards out. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. A pass there over the middle to start things out. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
He'll look to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
2nd and 6. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Moss. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Moss. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
Second down at 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And his kick is indeed good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. And the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Hands it off out of the gun. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
Back to throw now on first down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 36. Time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. McQueen works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On first down, McQueen, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On second down, McQueen, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. The Lions on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And that will be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Moss going to have a first down and more. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. The throw over the middle taken in. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Number 88. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Chargers.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11, and it's 3rd down.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers' 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
On 2nd down now, it's Lamb, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a throw to the end end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Another shot from the one on second and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
So here we go on a third and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They can now enjoy the final stages of this one. A very convincing win. I don't know what was said in the locker room, but whatever it was, it worked pretty well.
It certainly did, and it's probably a capper to everything that was said during the week because they go over every eventuality. I mean, you know how coaches are. They want to cover every minute detail all the way up to how much time does it take to walk from the locker room to the field, you name it. And when it all comes together and results in a victory, everyone feels pretty good about that.
Well, the I's were dotted, the T's were crossed in this one for them. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. McQueen, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.